Good evening, ladies and gents. Welcome to another video brought to you by Total Control Traders. Now, today's video, we are definitely going to keep it short. I'm not feeling too well here, so all we're going to do is we're going to cover the market, the hottest tickers, and the requested tickers. All right, first one is SPX as usual. Now, we had to redraw this line before, this trend line. Before it was, where was it? It was drawn over here. Second point being this bounce over here, but we can see that this did not work with the rejection and this did not work for the bounce. So using the most recent point as usual, we draw it to the second point to that most recent bounce and see if it still works back testing. So it's still a bounce, 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 immediate back test and reject, and then reject, slight rejection again and bounce. So this still works. Now this is definitely the key trend line that we're looking at on SPX. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 reactions to this trend line already. So make sure to keep an eye on this trend line. Now we don't need this one anymore. Now today is a very interesting price action on the market, the overall market. And I think part of it is due to the news that the rates are looking a little bit more hawkish than dovish. The part of the reason why it caused the market to dip a little bit, but ultimately if you look on the daily, it's just a spinning candle. I wouldn't really call this spinning top, but it's an indecision candle, and next day we are already seeing a slight movement upwards. So ultimately what I'm still looking at right now is sort of a little bit more confusing now because RSI is not showing any direction. Now if we're same as what we discussed before, if we're to make a new high, what we'll be watching for is whether there's going to be a bearish divergence on the daily. If there is, then that is going to be the red flag. Now, one thing very interesting on the market, I'm not going to cover all four indexes because they all look about the same. But what I am going to cover is the indicators, the leading indicators. One is US dollars. You can see US dollar is in that upward channel. And we did make new all-time or new highs. So daily higher high, higher low, higher high again. So that is a little bit of a warning sign for the market. One thing, however, is contradicting is the US 10 years. We were seeing bearish action and now we are seeing a bullish break making that daily higher high. So gonna have to give it a couple more days, see if tomorrow gets follow through or it's a breakout fake out. And then the others are still the same. Gold, breakout, daily bull flag right now. Could be a very nice play actually. Let's take a look. Not a whole lot of room, but there is a play in gold. Ultimately, I would anticipate a move to the GP since last time we did not touch it. So given that, that's a 3.8% move. And then Bitcoin, still weekly bull flag. Still weekly bull flag. Today's price action is fairly bearish, but ultimately is still in that weekly bull flag formation. And last but not least is a QQQ over IWM. Now, today's price action makes a little bit defying the possibility of this ABC now, because we did see GP reject A, and then trendline backtest GP reject B, and we were looking for that C, and it was going until this GP. So this GP over here, from the bottom of A to the top of B, this GP had to be lost for this C to be possible. But because we're seeing a bounce from this GP now keep in mind it's QQ over that IWM, the chart is not going to work exact to the point. So this to me is good enough. You know, they did hold that GP, slight loss over but under it, but ultimately they did protect that GP. So this is a sign of potential that we're going to visit that GP, that upper GP again. But we're going to have to watch for a reaction around this support resistance. Lots of chop around it. Support, support, support again, next day bounce before losing it and then reject and chopped around it again. Yeah, so QQQ over IWM, if we were to break over this key support resistance, I would anticipate NAS to be stronger than Rus going forward for at least the next little while. All right, so that's it for the market. Let's get into the hottest tickers. First one, Tesla. Always gonna cover Tesla unless it's trading sideways. Sorry, I'm just looking at Tesla chart. So ultimately it did work out to our anticipation, except it was the next day that it bounced up to this 0.382 that we're looking at, lining up with the GP. GP was higher due to it being the next day bounce. I was anticipating 2 days later. So it bounced to that 0.382, and now we are seeing continued bearish pressure. It is getting a little bit extended on the daily again. This could take a little while, but ultimately I do think we will see a back test of this previous high at 900. Next is Shop. Blue sky breakout. Ooh. Lack of follow through so far. Okay, yesterday was looking really nice. That 1650 break. I have to redraw this. This chart is messy. Oh, it's been a long time since we looked at this. Let's just clear all of them and let's redraw this. So bear with me. And for those of you that are interested on what to look for when charting a chart, it's a good opportunity for you to follow along. So this is the pandemic low. Ultimately, I would call this the long trend line, but let's redo that later. 305.30. This would be the money line. This would be the long trend line. Okay, that works. Bounce, bounce. So but it is still holding money line, but it is catching up to the price now. Upper trend line, is there any? Shorter term wise, there is a slight upper trend line over here. And let's get some zones drawn. There's definitely a zone from back here. More likely over here. Yep, I like that. And then the zone over here. You can probably draw a zone within here as well. I'm seeing lots of rejections over here. Lost it. Slight wick under it. So and then in this most recent price action, just depending on excuse me, just depending on how big you want to draw your zone. Generally I don't like drawing it too big, but looks like this works. It is a little bit bigger than most ideal. Alright, yeah, so that works. Lots of rejections, lots of supports. And then the new all-time high is right here. We're gonna say 87 since there's lots of rejections here. So that's the new all-time high zone. So we did get into new all-time high yesterday. Ultimately today we did close slightly lower. Volume is a little bit concerning, but there is no resistance on the chart. I can see continue action going forward on shop. Right now is a hourly bull flag, slightly closing under the hourly 8, increasing bear volume, a little bit concerning. 4 hours needs to catch up. 8 hours definitely need to catch up. So 8 hour and daily is definitely, obviously it's the same thing, but we're gonna wait for that to catch up and see how this goes. Ideally, we want to see a bull flag within this upper new all-time high zone. Most ideals, we just don't want to lose that already 8, but we are seeing increasing bear volume. So I think what we can hope for now is don't want to lose that 4 hour 8 and just form a bull flag here before a continuation. All right, next is U. Utilities, new all-time high, lack of resistance, no resistance. Very nice bull volumes. Look at this. Earnings, this is day before earnings? No, this is earnings. So earnings, huge bull volume, gap down, slight sell-off, and then bought up into new all-time high. The previous new all-time high was a little bit of a fake out. Earnings confirmed it, and then we see continuation, little bit of bearish pressure, unable to close under that previous all-time high, and then continuation. Look at these volumes. The bulls keep outweighing the bears. This is amazing. And then yesterday, huge bull volume. This is a potential for a temporary top being in. So volume climax kind of thing. We are extended on the daily, and today we are seeing bearish pressure coming in. Over the long term, higher prices to come. I'm gonna have to watch for tomorrow. Look what the bearish pressure looks like. Ideally, form a daily bull flag and then continue from there. But we will need, ultimately, I think we will need to see a backtest of this previous high. All right, next is BA. So BA, I'm not seeing a lot of people mentioning it, but I did want to put it onto hottest tickers to bring it to your attention at least. And the reason for that is a key break has now confirmed. So look at this long-term wedge, okay? Multiple 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 rejections at the very minimal, not counting these wicks. So there's like 10 rejections from this upper trend line. We saw a break on November 5th and saw a rejection from this second potential of upper trend line where we also saw 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 rejections from. So we saw a rejection from there, and then ultimately it formed the daily bull flag. Did not lose that daily 8. This is very key. Did not lose that daily 8. So last time I was looking at this chart, I think it was the 6th or the 8th or the 9th, and I sort of stopped paying attention to it, and alerts went off today. Damn, look at that gap up and continuation. Yeah, then look at that gap up and continuation. Huge bull volume. Ultimately, we broke all trend lines that must be broken. So tomorrow, I want to see if we get an immediate back test of this closest trend line or this key trend line. I don't think we will get a back test of this. What would you even call this? Multiple rejection trend line. I don't want to, whatever, wedge trend line, okay? So let's see what the price action looks like, but there is huge opportunity ahead on BA, and I will be playing this regardless. It has now just been moved up to the top 16 charts, and just for full disclosure, what the top 16 chart right now looks like. And you know what? I'm gonna make this the contest. The same question, I mean, the contest for 250 subs prize. Okay, so Netflix, AMD, Amazon, Tesla. That's the first quad. Second quad is Ying, ARK-K, BA, Airbnb. That's second quad. Third quad is DLO, Roku, Skills, Peloton, Palantir. And then the fourth quad is Lucid, FCEL, Zoom, and Activision Blizzard. Okay, so that's the way it stands right now for that top 16, but BA has just been upgraded to one of the top 16, and we'll be watching for this. This is a daily higher high now. I'm gonna watch for that daily higher low for an entry. BA top watch. Of course, marijuana remains on top watch too. Actually, let's take a look at marijuana. Not too exciting today, hey? Oh, whoa. Let's take a quick look. Whoa. Dark cloud cover. Does not look good. Rejection. Hey, nail that top exit today. 100% gain from Thursday entry. Exit half. Amazing. Theory. Rejection from key support resistance. Extended on the daily. VFF. Sorry, going out of schedule. Supposed to be doing hottest ticker right now, but I just want to take a quick look at marijuana sector, see how it's doing for continuation. Kira rejecting from that top trend line again, where we saw 1, 2, 3 key rejections, and now we're seeing another rejection here. HMUS, meh, got extended. Ooh, a lot of these are now starting to look a little bit scary because we are extended, but the way it's rejecting, it's a little bit too much. Too fast, too much, too soon. Well, we did run too much too soon too. So let's see. GTII is going to be on top watch for this rejection. I want to see how far we retrace. Let's see if we can hold that. Yeah, we don't think we can hold that 0.5. Let's see if we can hold that GP. Sort of lines up with back here. All right, so back to schedule. Let's take a look at the next hottest tickers we discussed. BA 1, 2, 3, 4. No, that's it. All right, so next is the requested tickers. First one, let's talk QS. Let's talk quantum scape. Huge bullish action from the bottom. 89% move already, and we're now seeing a stall around that next key zone. A stall on this previous resistance zone, a stall around here, but it just keeps on going. We're not too far extended on the daily yet. Volume still looks great. There is no real red flags. Daily 8 is obviously the guide. You look at this, it actually hasn't even touched daily 8. Got close to here, got close to here, got close to here again. So daily 8 is going to be the guide on that QS move, and we will ultimately be watching for a daily higher low, but it's just a matter of when. Now when I look at this, the gap got filled from back here. This would mark a decent spot for a rejection pullback kind of thing. Look at this. Support, gap down, so it wasn't really serving the purpose, but 3 supports. So it would make sense for here for the chart to reject from here and then make a higher low. Let's see if it lines up with anything on the fibs. GP somewhat makes sense. 0.5 doesn't really. No, 0.32 doesn't really make sense either. I would anticipate GP to be held on this chart. But look at this. Ooh, amazing reversal. Lower high. So daily lower low, lower high, higher low, higher high, higher low. Ultimately, this is one move. You could say it's lower high, higher low, and then higher higher again. But the trend is obviously reversed, and there is potentially a lot of upside to the chart. QS is not on the top 16, but it is on the top 24. So overall, I watch about 32 charts, but top 16 is what's most important, I find. Anyways, so next is FCEL. So very similar chart to QS, and we are seeing a rejection here. Ultimately, we could not break over this resistance support area, this area, and now we're seeing slight bearish pressure, decreasing bear volume. I still like it. Yeah, ultimately the chart still looks nice. So this is a 0.3 support. We'll be looking for a re-entry. 88 is the guide. Same idea with QS. Bounce. Let's see if we get that 88 touch and let's see what the reaction looks like. One thing I don't like about FCEL, however, is a little bit weaker than what's ideal for continuation. I understand that, you know, it's stalling for that 88 to catch up, but it's not the ideal daily bull flag kind of formation where you can see like it's just slowly grinding up. No complaints, but slowly grinding up. Not as easy to play. Next is Amazon. Didn't nail the top on this one. Didn't nail the exit at the top on this one, but did get a very decent return on Amazon. Played this yesterday, Friday, swung into the weekend and today, and then sold near this previous top rejection here. This amazing play, Amazon. I do believe there's going to be higher prices to come, but I do want to see a lower prices first. Volume does not say that would be the case. Increasing daily bull volume after relatively low bearish volume. But I do want to see ideal entry. Most ideal entry would be right here. This is a double breakout fake out pattern, and we did hold the GP, so I do believe there is going to be a lot more higher prices come. Look at the sideways action. How long is this? More than a year of sideways action on Amazon. Come on, right? So if you look at the monthly chart as well, monthly bull flag, huge move, bull flag, and now about to confirm. Oh, maybe I should be in. Okay, yeah. So Amazon looks amazing for bull flag confirmation. Today is the 15th, so bull volume is coming in as well on this monthly. We are seeing gonna be an increasing bull volume. Amazon remains on top 16. Next is LOGI, requested by Naman. Thank you for bringing this to my attention, and I do apologize if I'm pronouncing your name incorrectly. I haven't looked at this chart in a long time. Let's see what it's looking like. Oh, okay. So last time we looked at it was somewhere back here. Can't remember, but it was somewhere June, July-ish, and we were looking at the GP, see what the reaction looks like at the GP. But it looks like it just gapped down right below the GP. Not a good sign. So gap straight down below GP, and then so the reason why we're looking at GP is you look back here, GP bounce, GP bounce, GP bounce. It was amazing place, and every time it bounced, it had huge moves. Not even gonna bother measuring it. You get the idea. Huge move here, decent move here, huge move here, and that marked the top. This was so this was a triple gap up reversal. Gap up here, 1, 2, triple gap up, shooting star, reversal, extended on the daily. Next day gap down. That was a warning sign, and day 88. And then if you weren't out already, day after was the definite exit. Now let's look at whether there's going to be a reversal or what the chart looks like. Continued bearish pressure for long time on this chart. I don't like how many gaps there are on this chart. Makes drawing it so much harder. Okay, so this is no longer in play. Money line, there is no money line. I'll keep this one up. Yeah, there's a lot of gaps on this chart. See how it broke bull sideways by sideways action, and then next day gap down. Earnings, huge gap down, buying up but unable to sustain, and then Now we're seeing a potential another rejection from this trend line again. I don't really like this trend line. We'll keep it there for now. I would say that this, just because of how many gaps they are, and ideally I wanted to see a touch on this move or even this move. Yeah, but ultimately right now it's 1, 2, don't know what to call this, fake out, 3 rejections so far. That is going to be the key trend line to break before a potential reversal. Not seeing reversal candles on the daily. There is going to be a bullish divergence on the daily. Now watch for that new low. There is going to be a bullish divergence. There is also potential just continue to grind down, such as, you know, back here. Wow, this chart is weak. Let's find a must hold key zone here. I would say that is probably right here. Make it very thin. Yeah, that is the must hold key zone. If that is lost, ooh, next one down, you're looking at 66.78. Okay, so there was still reaction. Yeah, that looks right. All right, so on this new low, at that key zone, this could be a very nice area to play. So let's add an alert here. We'll add an alert on the, no, I want to see a little bit more. So a little bit more, something like that kind of thing. All right, so that's it for today's video. Hope you guys enjoy the content. If you're anyone who can benefit from the content we provide, friends, family, please consider sharing our channel with them. And quick reminder, 250 subs, there's going to be a giveaway. Thank you for watching. I will see you guys in the next video.